So did you guys understood the what is user administration? How you can create the users, how you can assign the passwords, how you can modify the user, how you can delete the user, how you can add the user, how you can change the password, reset the password. So how you can modify the age, password expiration, minimum number of days, maximum number of days inactive, warning. You guys understood, right, guys? So today we will discuss about the, so don't save, right? So notepad. So today we will discuss about the permissions, guys. So day 9th, 10th, day 9th, right, guys? So 9th completed, right? 10th, right? What is the day 8? Day 8 user administration. Day 5, day 4, day 6, day 3. So I started Monday, right? So what is the missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, guys. Day 9th, guys. Today is day 9. So what we will discuss today, we'll discuss about the file and file or directory permissions, guys. File and directory permissions. So file and directory permissions, guys. So how do you know? How do you know? So the files and directories. How do you see the files and directories in the Linux, guys? What is the command? Which command? Which command is to see the files and directories in the Linux, guys? In the Linux, what is the command, guys?
ls
ls. Ls is nothing but a
list of files and directories.
list of files and directories. List of files and directories. So by using ls command, so do you see the permissions? So by using ls command, do you see the permissions? Do you see the permissions? So first of all, what is the permissions? So what is the permissions in a file? So right. So how do you know if it is a file or if it is a directory or if it is a link file? The starting letter, right? The starting letter hyphen is equal to, so the file rwx 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 rwx. So for example, so this is the permission. So this is the permission. So what this is, how do you know the permissions? To see the permissions by using ls hyphen lrt or ll. So ll is nothing but a long list. It will shows the everything. It will show the everything. It will show the everything. Right, guys? Yeah. So what is the permissions? So for example, this is hari.txt. Hari.txt. So this is the text file. So who created this file? So owner of the file. Who is the owner of the file? So who is the owner, guys? You logged in as a root user, for example. So logged in as a root user. So the user prompt is root at the rate localhost filt hyphen
Ash.
hash. So you logged in as a root user and you created the file as a something like a touchhari.txt. txt. So touchhari.txt is created. Who created this file, guys? So who is the owner? Who is the
Root
owner of the
root user.
file? Yeah, root user is the owner of the file. So the first three is relates to owner. The second RWX, what is RWX? I will tell you, no worries. The second RWX relate to group. So group is, what is the group, guys? Group is nothing but a, so Linux group, DevOps groups. That group contains the people, right? The third is others. Others means others means for example, so root is the owner of the file, right? Root is the owner of the file. So group, what is the group? For example, Linux engineers. So Linux engineers is the group of the file, and others. So who are the others? For example, DevOps engineer is the engineers are the others, right? So others. So who is Linux engineers? For example, so Linux engineers are mm, Satreddy, Soumya, Vamshi, Rakesh. These all are the Linux engineers. So what is the permissions for the Linux engineers RWX? So what is the permissions for the owner RWX? What is the permissions for the others RWX? So what is RWX? R is nothing but a read. R is nothing but a read. The character format. The character format is read. The numerical format is 4, right? So read 4, write. So write means you can write the file. So what is the permissions, right? Write permissions. So what is the write permissions in the numerical format? 2. So what is the X? X is nothing but you can execute the file or delete the file. So what is the permissions, guys? Execute permissions. So what is the execute permission? The permissions of the numeric is 1. So right. So R is nothing but a read, W is nothing but a write, X is nothing but a execute. So owner have the full permissions, read, write, execute. Read, write, execute means you can read the file, write the file, and delete or modify, execute the files. Right. So what is the permissions, guys? The permission is
Read,
read, write, execute.
execute.
So read means 4 plus, so 4 plus, write means 2 plus 1 equal to 7. Right, guys? So what is the permission of the owner? So owner permission is 7. And what is the permissions for the group? So group also, so execute, so everything. So group also having all the permissions, right? So owner having the triple seven permission, 7 permissions. Group also having the 7 permissions. Others also having the so all the permissions, right? So for example, guys, hyphen or hyphen. So guys, here hyphen is nothing but 0. With 0, guys, numerical 0. So hyphen is nothing but a numerical 0. R hyphen X, RW hyphen only R hyphen. So this file name is called it as a DevOps or new file dot txt. What is that, guys? New file dot txt. So what is the permissions, guys? So what is the permission? So read is
Read
nothing
and
but a
execute.
4 plus 0 plus 1. So what is the permissions, guys? So 5 permissions, right? So owner having the read and execute permissions, and others group having the what is the permission? So 4 plus, guys, tell me, 4 plus 2 plus 0 equal to 6 permissions. So R is nothing but a 4. 4 plus 0 plus 0 equal to 4 equal to 4. Yeah. So what is the permissions, guys? Finally, the new file.txt permission is so 564 permissions. So hurry.txt having the what is the permission? So
Triple
triple
seven.
seven permissions. So triple seven is nothing but a full permission. Triple seven is nothing but a so full permissions. Right, guys? Now you understood the permissions. So now you understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. So for example, so yeah, now I am connecting to
Sir, what is the job of Linux engineer?
what is the job of Linux engineer? So he can build the so we are deep diving into other conversation, but let's yeah. So Linux engineer or a Linux administrator. So Linux administrator. So so developer knows only how to develop the code and how to build the code. So dot var or jar, right? So I want to deploy the code. I want to deploy the code. Who needs? We need a operation engineer. We need a operation engineer needs. So operation engineer is nothing but a, for example, Linux engineer. Linux engineer. So what he can do? He can deploy the code to production.
Sir, Linux engineer only gives the permission to log into server means.
Yeah. So we have a lot of Linux engineers having the lot of roles and responsibilities. One role is deploy the code into the production server, whatever the developer provided the build, right? And so if you want to deploy the production servers, right? First we need to build or provision the servers, right? Next, so we need to give the permissions, right? User
Those permissions
creations.
were given by Linux engineer, sir, for
Yes. Reset the password. And so we want to monitor the servers, right? Monitor the servers because of these are the hardwares. And monitor the
maintaining the servers, Linux engineer.
yes. Maintaining is nothing but a monitoring the servers and monitor the applications. So monitor the applications and adding or creating the volumes, volumes, extending and reducing. So we have a lot of jobs are there for the Linux engineers. So the main role is so to deploy the build the provision the servers and deploy the code to the production servers. So user creations, reset password, monitor the servers, monitor the applications, adding and creating the volumes. Right? We have a lot of roles and responsibilities
He
as a
will uh,
Linux engineer.
he will deploy the application into the production servers, and
Yes.
he will monitor.
Monitor the application. If
Yes,
application is goes down, who is the responsible person? So
Linux
Linux
engineer.
engineer is the responsible person because of a developer doesn't know how to operate the Linux, right?
Understood, sir.
Now you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. So right. So now you understood the permissions. So how we can change the permissions and by default whenever we create the file, right? So by default how you will get the permissions. So there is a umask value. What is that, guys? Umask value is nothing but a so umask value. The umask value is user mask value is so user mask value for the root user and the normal user. The umask value for the root user and normal user. So root user umask value is 0 0 2 and the normal user umask value is 0 0 2 0 0. So 0 0 2. So 0 0 2. So right. So I will tell you. So for example, if you are trying to create a directory. So what is the umask value for the root user? The umask value for the root user is 777. So we can subtract the umask value from the full permissions. So how much what is the permissions you got? 755. 755 permissions. So for example, so if it is a directory will get the default as a root user 755, right? Let's check it. Putty. So what is the what is the IP address, guys? So 192.168.56.103
103.
103 root. What is the password, guys? Red Hat.
Red Hat.
Red Hat. Guys, change settings, appearance, change settings, bold 18. Okay. Okay. Yeah. ls. So there is a directory and a file. So I'm removing everything. rm-rf. Let's check ll. So what is the permissions, guys? What is the permission is? So what is this permission? So what is this permission? So the permission for the directory is, so what is the permissions, guys? So this is the first three is user, the second three is group, the third three is owner, group, others. So what is that, guys? U, user, G, group, O, others. Yeah. So what is the permissions, guys? 4 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 7. So what is the permissions, guys? 4
Plus
plus
1.
0 plus 1. So what is the permission? 5.
5. 4 plus 0 plus 1. 5.
4 plus 0 plus 1
1.
equal to
5. 5.
5. So what is the permissions for this file, guys? The
755.
755. So you see, so whenever you create a directory, it automatically get the 755 permissions. Let's see. So so mkdir class 1, the permissions, guys. So what is the permissions? Class 1. So this is the permissions for the class 1. I just now created the class 1. Let's check what is the default permissions for the class 1. So I created the, yeah. So what is the permissions, guys? 4 plus
2 plus 1.
2 plus 1 equal to
5. 7. 7.
7.
4
4
plus
plus
0 plus
0
1.
plus 1 equal to
5. 7.
5.
4 plus
4
0 plus
plus
1.
0 plus, so 1
5.
equal
7.
to 5. Right. So what is the permission, guys? The permissions for the
755.
right. So how it comes? Now you understood? So how it comes by default? By default, it comes because of umask value. So umask value, so you will get the 755 permissions. So for example, a normal user. So what is the normal user umask value, guys? 0 0 2. So double triple 7 0 0 2. So what is the subtract, guys? 7 7 5, right? So when you logged in as a normal user, so when you logged in as a duplicate session, Hari is the user, Red Hat. Yeah. So you see, guys, ls, nothing is there, mkdir, class 2. I'm creating a class 2. Yeah. So what is the permissions for the class 2? So what is the permissions, guys? So D is nothing but a directory. The first is owner, the second is group, third is
Others.
others. Third is others. So what is that, guys? 4
4 plus
plus
4.
2
2 plus
plus
1.
1 equal to 7 permission.
4
So
plus 2
4
plus 1
plus
equal to 7.
2 plus 1 equal to
7.
7 permission.
4
4
plus 0
plus
plus 1.
0 plus
1 equal
1
to 5.
equal to 5. So what is the permission, guys? The permission is
Double 7 5.
775. Now you got it. So how it comes? It comes because of mask value. So it comes because of mask value. So mask value. I want to change the permission of the directory. How you can change? So by using, yeah, guys. So this is right. What this is? So this is nothing but a owner. The first one is nothing but a owner, owner of the file and group of the file.
Group of
So owner and group. This is the owner and this is the group. So when you created July 6th, 15th. So 11 a.m. you created. This is the permission. So when it will be created. Okay. So now you understood.
who is others?
Others is nothing but a. So who is owner here?
Root users.
No, not a root user.
Hmm.
Who is the owner here?
Hari sir.
Yeah. So here Hari is the user. Who is the owner? Hari is the owner. So right. So Hari, you created as a Hari. You are not specified to the any group. Cat slash etc pass wd. You see Hari. So Hari did not created ID Hari. Hari is not created any group. That's the reason user himself behaves as a group. That's the reason. So Hari and Hari is a group, right? The owner and the group. So group is nothing but it's related to that group. But others is nothing but so it is not a owner. It is not related to group. The others apart from. So for example, I already told you, right, guys? You assigned a group as a Linux engineers. Linux engineers group. Group is Linux engineers and the owner or a user. So user, who is the owner or user? For example, Hari is the user, right? And others. So what are the others, guys? Others are something like so the group contains Rakesh, Soumya, and Vamshi. So who is the owner? Hari. Who is the group, guys? Rakesh, Soumya, Vamshi. So what about the others? Others also there in the user's account. Others also there. So what are the others? User 1, user 2, user 4, user 5, user 6, user 7. These all are the others. User 5, user 2, user 3, 4, user 7, for example. So these four users are not related to group, not related to owner, not related to owner. That is nothing but a others. Now
So
you
they
understood?
don't have the permission to edit the file or
Hmm.
directory.
Hmm.
Others.
Yes, others don't
User
have
can
edit the permissions. Edit the permissions. We can edit the permissions,
files.
but
Edit the
write is not available for the others.
okay. Sir.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah, now you understood, guys. I want to change the permissions. I want to change the permissions, how we can change it. And I want to change the user and group also. I want to change the permissions, how you can change it by using the chmod. Change modifications. Change modifications and the 777, the permissions and the a file or a directory name. A file or directory name. Chmod hyphen r is nothing but a recursive. So I will tell you. So directory. So directory contains a files dir file 2. So comma dir of class 1 class 1 contains class 2, class 2 contains class 3, class 3 contains files. Yeah, so hyphen R, if you are not using the hyphen R, it just changes the directory or a file. So I want to change the permissions inside the directory. So inside the files is there. I want to change the files permission also. You can use hyphen R. I want to change the directories inside the subdirectories, and inside the subdirectories having the files. So if you use the hyphen R, it will change everything. It will change everything. The permission will change everything. I will show you guys. Chmod, then grp change group, ch own. Ch1 is nothing but a to change the owner. What is that, guys? To change the ownership of the file or directory. So here the ownership is RE. I want to change it to root. So how you can change it? You can change it by using the ch1, chgrp. So chgrp is nothing but a to
To
change
change the
the
groups, group of
group.
the file or directory.
Yeah, group of the file or directory. So file or directory. So we can use chgrp. Chmod is nothing but we can change the permissions. So what are the permissions? Owner, group, others. So these permissions will be changing by using the chmod command, and chgrp. So we can use the chgrp. So we can use these commands and we can change the permissions to the owner and group of the files. So owner and group of the file. So I will show you guys. Yeah, so ls ll. So I want to change it to the class 1, change it to the, now permission is 755, by default 755. I want to change it to 777 permissions. Chmod 777 class. 1 second, guys. So cd uh, mkdir mkdir uh, root class 1. I want to create a class 2. mkdir hyphen p, guys. Hyphen p is nothing but a parent directory. Yeah, directory is created. cd class 1 ll. Yeah, this is also having the 755 permissions.
Hmm.
Class 2 also having 755 permissions. Class 1 also 755 permissions. Yeah, let's change the permissions. Chmod 777 class 1 ll. Yeah, you see, guys, it changed the folder permissions to 777 rwx rwx rwx. So before it is rwx rx rx, right? So it is changed to the, so it is changed to the 777 permissions. Let's check the, so let's the check the if the permission is changed in the class 2 or not. Yeah, it was not changed because of we changed only the class 1. We changed only the class 1. I want to change it to the everything. So within the folder, within the folders files, everything I want to change it. So how you can change? By using chmod hyphen
-R.
r. Yes. So 777 class or the 775. I want to change 775 class 1 class 1. Let's check, guys. So what is the permission? The permission is changed. So from 777 to 775 changed. Let's check the class 2 also. Let's click, yeah. So class 2 also changed to 775 permissions. Class 2 also changed 775 permissions. Now you got it, the clarity. Hyphen R is nothing but a recursive. Within the folder, subfolders and the files, everything will be changed. Everything will be changed, guys, by using chmod hyphen R. By using chmod hyphen R. Right. So I want to change the, so root, right? I want to change the file permissions to Hari. Ch own Hari colon root. I want to change just owner. Hari colon root class 1. Let's check it. So is it changed or not, guys? Is it changed or not? I want to change the group also. chgrp dot group. What is the group name? Group name is Hari. I want to change it to class 1. So dot Hari, or we can use colon also, space, I think. Invalid group chgrp class. So you can use what is that? Hari colon Hari. Invalid group. Let's check, guys. ls ll. Yeah, there is no group on Hari. That's the reason. So 1 second, guys. What is that command to change? So chgrp command group options group file name. Just we can provide the chgrp Hari class 1. Yeah, so nothing to give, guys. Only for the for the ownership, we want to change the ownership. You can use the dot and colon. So dot and colon for the ownership, right? So I will show you. ch1 ll. Yeah, it's changed to Hari, right? So nothing to be specified in the ch1 hyphen dot Hari class 1. Yes, or dot root, right? Or root. Yeah. So ll, you see, change it to root. Change it to root. It change it to Hari, right? Change it to Hari. Now you understood, guys, how to change the permissions on the ch mode, ch1 and chgrp. Ch mode is for changing the permission of the user, group, others, and ch1 is for the changing the permissions of the ownership. So group you want to change the permission to the group by using group membership. So you can use that. We have it. I already uploaded the material, right? You guys can go through it and you can read the that permissions. You can read the permissions. Yeah, guys. So these are the Linux permissions. So hyphen rwx, rr. So yeah, hyphen indicates the file, D indicates directory, L indicates link, read write execute permissions for the owner of the file, read write execute permissions for the member of the file, group warning file, read write execute permissions for the others. So ch mode, add and remove the permissions. We can add and so remove the permissions. chgrp, changing the group of the files or directories, or ch1, right? ch1, ch1. Yeah, so changing the ownership of the file. So we can use the to change the ownership. So here also we can use the hyphen r option recursively. If you want to change the file, if you want to change the entire the entire directory, you can use the hyphen r. Entire directory, you can use the hyphen r. You can watch this recording. You can watch this the document, guys. Okay, next. So next, guys. So what is the Yeah. So right guys, this is your VM, virtual VM. So virtual, so VM. So how many hard disk you added, guys? How many hard disk you added? So in the file system hierarchy, so where is the devices are added in the which directory? Slash is the top directory, right? Slash is the top directory for the all the directories. And so what are the in which directory the device files are available? In which directory the device files are available? Which directory, guys? Dev. So dev is nothing but a devices. The devices will be available under the dev is nothing but a hard hard disk information. So hard disk information HDD. What is that, guys? HDD. Hard disk information will be available under the slash divided. So you added how many hard disks, guys? You added how many hard disks? You added just the storage. How many hard disk you added? You added only the one hard disk. That is the 20 GB hard disk. That is the 20 GB hard disk. I already told you, right, guys? SATA disk images. Yeah, this is the image, or else I will take a straight one. Mm. So this is the hard disk, guys. So this is the hard disk. Yeah, guys. So you added hard disk, right? You added the hard disk in your mission. So how much GB you added? You added how much GB? You added the 20 GB of hard disk. So 20 GB of hard disk. So the 20 GB of hard disk is the 20 GB of hard disk is only for installing the OS, right? So it will be sufficient for only installing the OS. I want to add a new storage for the application logs. So application logs. So what is the app logs, guys? Application logs. So application logs is nothing but so you logged into the Facebook, right? So from login to logout, what are the operations you did? So that will be writing into one file. So the file is nothing but a app logs. The file is nothing but a app logs. So I want to create a directory called as the app logs, and I want to so this is the applogs directory. Applogs directory. I want to add a space. I want to add a space. So how much GB, for example? So 1 TB space I need to add. I need to attach it to the 1 TB space, right? You have how much? You have only 20 GB. You have only 20 GB. So for example, so I want to add 1 TB. So this is the 1 TB of a hard disk, right? So for example, how many hard disk you have? You have two hard disks, right? So the naming convention in the hard disk. So where the disks are available. So this is a HDD1, right? HDD1. So this is a which disk, guys? So HDD means hard disk. Hard disk 1. So the disk is a SATA disk. What is that? SATA disk. The disk name call it as a SATA disk, right? So HDD1, HDD, HDD2, HDD3, HDD4. For example, so in our mission, in our virtual mission, having the four hard disks, four hard disks. So the name call it as a first hard disk, right? First is nothing but a. So what is this? This is a SATA disk, right? SDA. One is nothing but a SDA. So which disk this is? This is a SATA disk. Yes, yes, D. SATA disk A. So this is SATA disk B. 2 is called it as a B. 3 is called it as a C. Yes, the SATA disk C. So what is called as a SATA disk E, A, B, C, D. So what is guys? A, B, C, D. How many hard disk you have? One hard disk A, two hard disk B, three hard disk C, four hard disk D. So how many hard disks are available? Four hard disks. The naming convention, the hard disk information will be available under the which directory? The slash dev directory. Slash dev SDA. Slash dev SDA. Slash dev SDB. Slash dev SDC. Slash dev SDD. So slash dev SDD. So slash SDA, how much guys? The 20 GB, right? So for example, slash SDB you created as a the 1 TB array 30 GB. For example, 30 GB, 30 GB, 40 GB, 50 GB. So how much guys? The hard disk having the GBs, right? So I want to attach a disk space to the directory. How you can attach? You can attach the disk. We have a disk space. Then you can attach it to the hard disk, right? So to the hard disk. Now you understood? Yeah. So how you can check the how many hard disks are available in your server LSBLK. So LSBLK list of block devices. So how many list of block devices available? So how you can check the disk information, guys? The storage. So you can check it in the. You can check it. So right. Sorry, guys. Yeah. If you go to the C, so how much GB is available? Yeah, you see, so the disk information will you see by using so something like a C disk, C drive is available, D drive is available. So 5.59 GB of a free, 139 GB. So 2.7 GB of a free space is available. So this is GUI. Now you can able to see it. But in the CLI, right? How you can see it? How many hard disks are attached to in our system? And so
Comments.
yeah, through the commands. So what is the command? The command is
LBS, LSBL.
lsblk. And to see the disk information, disk free -ht. So what is the command, guys? Disk free. Disk free. So how much GB of a disk free is available in our server? You can check it by using this command. So how do you know how many hard disks are available in our system?
LSBLKs.
LSBLK means list of block devices. So how many hard disk available? You have only one hard disk. You have only one hard disk. Now you can try to add another hard disk. Yeah. So let's shut down, guys. Init 0 is a shutdown. One shutdown. So once it is shut down, yeah, it is shut down. So now go to the settings. So the storage. Yeah, I want to add a, you see guys, add a optical drive, add a hard disk. Yeah, I want to add a hard disk, add or create. So virtual disk, hard disk. So next, how much I want? 30 GB, right? For example, 30 GB I took. So finish. For VirtualBox CentOS is 7 with UID already exist.
Sir,
So
already one hard disk is there and it is 20 GB and you are creating another hard disk with 30 GB.
yes.
Okay.
So 20 GB, 30 GB, create a hard disk. Next. So it is of 7.7, 30 GB, finish. Yeah, 30 GB, choose guys. Yeah, you attached a 7.7 is 20 GB. This is a SDA. So you attached a another hard disk. This is a SDB of a 30 GB. Okay. The next you attached a two hard disk, guys. To attach the two hard disk. Now you can try to start. So this is nothing but a disk partition. So what this is, guys? So this is a disk partition. Disk partitions.
Sir, what is mean by partition?
Yeah, I will tell you. Okay. Now restart. Still it is not started. Yeah. So login as root Red Hat. Now you see, so it created the two partitions, SDA1 and SDA2. SDA1 is attached to the boot and SDA2 is attached to the slash and swap. Now you understood? SDA will create the partitions of SDA1 and SDA2. Created two partitions. So SDA contains 20 GB, but SDA1 contains 1 GB. SDA2 contains 19 GB. So they are segregated with the two partitions. One is SDA1 and SDA2. I will tell you, no worries. Okay. So LSBLK. So before, how many hard disks are available in the server? Now how many hard disks are available in the server?
Before one hard disk is available,
Only
sir,
server.
but now
Now
two hard disks are available.
two hard disks are available, right? Now two hard disks are available. You see, so the first hard disk is attached to the directories, attached to the mounted to the directories, right? This space SDA1 space, how much space? 1 GB is attached to boot, right? The second one SDA2 is so to having that two partitions. One is 17 GB, it is attached to slash, and the 2 GB is attached to swap, right? So slash is a directory, right? Slash boot is the directory. So the space, whatever the space is attaching to the hard disk space is attaching to the directories, right? So this is the SDB. SDB, so is not attached to the any directory, is not attached to the any directory. So I want to attach it to the which directory? App logs directory. Which directory, guys? So which directory? App logs directory. App logs and DBA logs. I want to create a two files. So two directories. One is app logs and another one is another one is DBA logs. So we have a 30 GB, right? For example, so 14 GB. So 14 GB will attach it to the and 10 GB will attach it to the DBA logs. So the 30 GB hard disk, right? SDB is 30 GB hard disk. How much, guys? 30 GB hard disk, right? So I want to create a two partitions. What is that? SDB1. You want to create SDB1. How much GB? 14 GB. And SDB2
Two 10 GB,
10 GB. Remaining how many GB of how much GB is free? So
6
10 for
GB.
6 GB is remaining free in the SDB. Just I took 14 GB for the SDB1 and SDB2 is 10 GB. Right? So I want to create a partitions. I want to create a partitions SDBA1 and SDBA2. Right? Slash dev SDB1 will attach it to the will mount it to the app logs and slash dev SDB2 will attach it to the
DBA
mounted
logs,
to the DBA logs. So how much GB, guys? So
24,
this contains
14 GBs,
yeah. Now your app logs directory contains how much GB?
14 GB,
Yes, very good. Now your DBA logs contains how much GB?
10 GBs,
Yeah. So you can copy the logs up to 14 GB. You can copy the DBA logs up to
10 GB.
10 GB. So right now I want to create the partitions. Now I want to create the partitions. How you can create the partitions? By using fdisk command. What is this command?
Yep.
Fdisk command. Format disk. What is the command? Fdisk command. Format disk. So format disk. And one thing. So when you buy the SATA hard disk, right? When you buy the SATA hard disk, when you buy the SATA disk, you will get the default file system type. File system type is null. The default file system type is null. Right, guys? The default file system type is null file system. So what is the default file system, guys? Default file system type is null file system, but the Linux knows but the Linux knows only ext ext2 ext3 ext4 and xfs. So under xfs, so only Linux knows. So Linux knows which formats, guys? ext2 ext3 and xfs file system. So which file system knows Linux? Guys, everyone can speak out. So which file system is knows only Linux? So Linux know only ext2 ext3 ext4 and xfs. So by default, when you bought the SATA hard disk, by default which file system is coming? So null file system is coming. For example, if you want to use the a doubt, guys, so I want to use this hard disk. I want to use this hard disk, this SATA disk, SATA disk or a hard disk to Windows, right? So the initially the format is null. I want to use it to Windows, but Windows knows what is the format. NTFS. What is the file system format, guys? NTFS, right? So Mac some other format, Mac some other format. So I want to convert it from null to, so I want to convert it from null to
ext2 or
or
ext3.
ext4. So what is the command, guys? The command is mkfs.ext4. For example, I want to change it to ext4 from null to ext4. Mkfs make file system dot ext4 slash dev sdb1 mkfs xfs slash dev sdb2. Now you understood? So only Linux knows the format, file system format, ext2, ext3, ext4, and xfs. So I am converting from null to, so by default it comes as a null format. By default it comes as a null format. So if you want to use it in the Windows, we need to convert from null to NTFS. If you want to use it in the Linux, we want to convert from XFS or ext4 or ext3 or ext2. So right, so now we understood. So how to format the disk? How to format the disk? The formatted disk is you can use the fdisk command. Fdisk command. I want to format it to fdisk slash dev sdb. I want to format this sdb to slash dev sdb1 and slash dev sdb2, right? So we need to format it to two partitions. I want to format this hard disk to two partitions. So two partitions. So what are those? SDB1 and SDB2. Here, so if you want to attach this space to the directory, right? They call it as a mounting. The name call it as a mounting. The name call it as a mounting. right? So mounting guys will show you tomorrow. You guys can, okay, mounting. So mounting will be two types. So temporary mounting and permanent mounting. The mounting will be two types, temporary mounting and so permanent mounting. I will show you guys. Yeah, you can see here guys. So df51ht, you see guys, /dev sda1, the type file system type is xfs, the file system type is xfs. Now you understood. So we want to convert from null to XFS. So we can use by using MKFS. We'll show you guys tomorrow. We'll show you how to change it. Right. So and the mounting can be two types: cat/etc.
Sir,
etc.
already Dev SDA1 is in XFS.
Hmm. It's
Then
convert.
what is the need? Because
No. I will show you tomorrow. I will show you. SDA1 converted then mounted to the boot. Okay.
there is no need of conversion because it is not null, sir. It is already in XFS.
So this is a SDA1, not SDB1. Okay. This is a SDA1 and this was already changed from null to XFS. Tomorrow I
Okay.
will show you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you see, so it's changed to the XFS, swap, or XFS, the file system. So we'll show you tomorrow. Mounting will be two types. One is a permanent mounting, the other one is a temporary mounting. So how we can mount the hard disk space to the directory, hard disk space to the directory. We'll show you tomorrow, guys. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you so much. We'll continue from tomorrow. So tomorrow we will discuss about the, after that we will discuss about the, so what are pending guys? Yeah. So we will discuss after the disk partitions, package management. So package management under Tomcat installation mostly will complete tomorrow. So we'll complete it mostly tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will complete it. So Tomcat and Apache installation, and we'll deploy the application. So we'll deploy the application. Okay. So once it
Sir,
is done, so we'll start the cloud guys.
we use
We'll
Tomcat server, sir, in this.
ah, ah. So we can, yeah, I already told you, right? Apache and Tomcat, both, I will show you both Tomcat Apache installation and how to deploy the application on the both Apache and the Tomcat. Okay.
Sir, Apache is also a server.
Yeah, Apache also a web server,
Okay.
web server, and Tomcat also a web server, right? So Tomcat recognizes only .var or
Jar.
.jar. So Apache web server recognizes only .html. .html. Okay. So we'll show you guys. No worries. We'll show you. So this is the important topic. This is the deployment, right? How to install, how to deploy our application. We'll see it in the browser also. Okay. So then we'll start the cloud. So cloud will complete it in 2 weeks. 2 weeks means 10 days. 10 days will complete it. Guys, please practice. If you practice, you will understand. You will understand, guys. Okay. Please watch the recording again and again. Don't write any notes. Don't write any notes in the class, guys. I already uploaded in the GitHub repository, right, guys? So don't write anything. You guys can listen only. And after that, so I already uploaded these documents in the GitHub repository. So you guys, if you want, you can watch one time the recording, then you can write our notes. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, thank you guys. We'll continue from tomorrow.